The winter of 1820 didn't just bring the frost to Adams, Tennessee. It brought a silence so heavy it felt like a physical weight pressing against the timber walls of the Bell farmhouse. Inside, John Bell, once a man of iron will and sturdy frame, lay withered in his bed, his breath rattling like dry leaves in a storm. For 3 years, the entity they called Kate had played with the family like a cat with a cornered mouse. It had started with the scratching, gnawing sounds behind the floorboards that no trap could catch. Then came the whispers, a disjointed, multi-tonal cackle that seemed to emerge from the very air, reciting scripture one moment and shrieking profanities the next. But as December deepened, the games turned lethal. John Jr. sat by his father's bed, the candlelight flickering against a peeling wallpaper. He reached for the glass vial of medicine, a simple tonic prescribed to ease his father's labored heart. But as his fingers closed around the glass, the room went unnaturally cold. The candle flame turned a sickly, translucent blue. "Don't bother, Jackie," a voice rasped. It didn't come from the door or the window. It vibrated from the shadows beneath the bed. "I gave old Jack a taste of my own brew last night. A special tonic for a special man." John Jr. held the vial up to the light. The clear liquid was gone. In its place was a murky, viscous fluid the color of a bruised plum, smelling faintly of sulfur and bitter alcohol. "What have you done?" the son whispered into the dark. A shrill, melodic laugh echoed off the ceiling. "I've finished it. I told him I'd follow him to the grave. And look at him now, he's halfway there and sliding fast." As the family watched in helpless horror, John Bell's eyes rolled back. His jaw dropped, and a final, shuddering breath escaped his lips. At that exact moment, the kitchen cupboards flew open, slamming against the walls in a rhythmic, celebratory beat. The spirit wasn't just haunting them anymore, it was throwing a victory parade. At the funeral days later, the horror didn't end. As the mourners stood in the freezing mud of the churchyard, a loud, invisible voice began to sing. It wasn't a hymn. It was a bawdy, rowdy drinking song that drowned out the preacher's prayer. The voice followed the casket all the way into the earth, cackling until the last shovel of dirt was thrown. To this day, the Bell Witch remains a chilling anomaly in American history, not because of a shadow seen in a mirror, but because it is one of the few legends where a spirit left behind a cold, lifeless body as proof of its existence. To find more thrilling mysteries and true crime cases, subscribe now.